Hey guys, Spot Cuts here. Resuming the little 2.4.8.3 update from John, the community manager, also known as Bacon's TV. Anyway, we're going to explore the rest of these tweaks and improvements because, like we've covered so far in the past video, although I ended it because I feel like I went on too much of a little bit of a tangent there. We covered tank tracks, the additions of tank tracks to the game. We covered the addition of these prefab AI cards to the game. So if you don't know how to set up your AI cards at all, or your AI behaviors, I mean to say, and your maneuvers, you can slap on one of these prefabs, I guess it were, and it's easier. It's just easy. The game's easy. Anyway, we're going to get into these missile tweaks, updates, weapon updates. Everything's getting updated, so we really got to get into it because everything is changing immensely, and you got to know about it. So missiles right here. Our epic missiles of mass boomness have been tweaked up. Excuse me. Bacon's TV, John, Jonathan, Johannesson, John Jaber. Please stop. Please stop. There are gamers in need who need you to stop with your epic and the boomness. I'm sorry, it's just the 9gag memes from 2012 really hurt. They hurt right here when I'm reading this because I'm reading missiles are now 50% more agile. Their fuel tanks store 25% more fuel and an epic 250% boost to the decoys. Anyway, I'm fucking with you, bro. Like, you're great and all. Just, it's funny to me seeing vocabulary from, like, I was in middle school when people were talking about epic. Oh, whoa, epic, bro. Anyway, lasers have had another. I'm sorry I stop every time I see epic. Like, it hurts my brain. Like, I'm asking you, please stop. The list is so long. More details will be found in the patch notes. Summarize it for us, then. Summarize it! However, the new additions are armored focus and steering optic with blah, 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 blah. This doesn't mean anything to me. The output regulator now allows us to reduce the base energy discharge rate of cavities. Regarding minimum shot energy, the laser won't fire until the stored energy in the laser system reaches the value given. Burst size, if the energy gets below the minimum, it will shoot until the total cavity energy reaches the percent given. Okay, to kind of form this into a sizable package, like a digestible package for you guys, what they're saying is that with lasers, you can now basically set exactly how much energy you want each shot to have. That's pretty much it. I mean, they said there's a ton of laser changes. We'll go check them out down below. I'll tell you, there's a ton. But aiming above the waterline, this is self-explanatory. It's an AI option. Here's the water. Here's the boat. Here's boat. Here's the waterline. You shoot here. You shoot at this point, not over here. You shoot here. That's the whole thing about aiming above the waterline. That's literally all it is. Because as soon as you detect an enemy vehicle, your craft, for some reason, knows exactly where its ammunition and its AI is and everything. So your craft will try to shoot it below the waterline, because just like this ship is, 90% of the vehicle is below the waterline. Below the waterline. Ahem. Below the waterline. Cinematic camera. Cool cinematic camera. Although, kind of weird that you have to do shift caps lock or control caps lock. Why can't we just have a toggle key for the entire thing? Like just a whole cinematic camera. Like Grand Theft Auto, you just press the fucking C button. Boom. You know? Anyway, mirrored prefabs. I'm actually angry about this. Now, you guys can have your own opinion about this, but I'm angry about this. Let me read it for you. We have recently set up a road to release challenge. I'll be showing you guys what the fuck they're talking about in another video. Because that's a whole nother swarm of bees to let loose. So we set up a road to release challenge, and we are really grateful that we have such an awesome community. And as you may already know, we have hit the first milestone and unlocked prefab mirroring. Okay, so if you don't know, prefab mirroring is something that hasn't been in From the Depths, because if you try to mirror a prefab, nothing will fucking happen. You'll prefab it on one side of the vehicle, and the other side of the vehicle, nothing will happen. This has been a problem since the inception of this game. Meaning, people have been wanting to mirror prefabs since From the Depths has been From the Depths. The reason I'm angry about this is not because they brought this into the game, not because they brought it into the game late, but because they artificially put it behind a milestone boundary. And I'll get more into this in the actual road to release explanation, because this is dumb. This was explained to me by a dev. I'm not going to name any names, but this was explained to me by a dev as we put in so much hard work into our game, and we just want to, show thanks, give back a little bit, by giving you guys a little present, something, thank you for following our game on social media accounts. This is something that should be in the game from the get-go. This is just necessary coding. This is a missing feature. And everyone on Reddit, where the road to release was posted, knows. Also, why are you localizing everything to Reddit, John? Spread out. Check your Twitter. Check your Facebook. You haven't posted since Hikari stopped. Really, come on, Hikari, I love you. Seriously, not in that way. But, you did good. You put out content for people to see. From the Depths was at least, when I check Twitter, I at least see From the Depths. Oh god, I sound like Tim Pool. Anyway, I check Twitter once in a blue moon just to post something about FTD, and I'll always see FTD content on there, as long as Hikari was on there. Hikari doesn't do that anymore, I don't think, so I don't think there's any FTD content going up on the social media. So why follow the social media if there's no content on it? There's no fucking point. You guys should be, instead of, okay, I'm gonna hold this point, because this next point is going to, we scroll down for it. Before I touch on it, exporting STL files has been resolved. So go 3D print your epic builds. If you guys want to 3D print some cool things, some stupid things, I can make some things in FTD. I'm no 3D modeler, but I'll build you dicks. That was a weird sentence. All right, this is what I wanted to talk about, the live feed. All right, guys. Really, the fucking live feed. So I brought this up. You guys know, I'm going to bring up two games to you guys. Don't think I'm comparing them to FTD. Just Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, and Warframe. Keep these in mind. When you log into Counter-Strike, the main menu has a big developer feed of what they're doing, what's going on, news, everything under the sun, even content creator content. They have streams going up. They have developer stream. They got developer blogs. They got videos. They got patch notes. They got events. They got shit going on. And it's all on the main menu when you first open the game. This developer feed has to be opened through the main menu tab. You go to the tab of the content or the community, and you go down to the developer feed, and you go out into the feed tab. What the fuck? And it's just in this text mode. I might be reacting a little bit extreme to this, but what I'm saying is I had let me not get ahead of myself. I had suggested something like this at some point, and it was what do you call it? It was thrown away, basically, is what I'm trying to say. We already have a developer feed in From the Depths. It's a patch note system that just is never updated. Now, what I'm saying from the Counter-Strike anecdote mention is that this should be on the main menu, on the very main menu. And it shouldn't have to be in a tab. This should be on the side. You have all these windows in your new user interface. Use them. Use your windows. Have the developer feed in its own window on the main menu. Xable. You can click out of it. Oh, and I see right here, it looks like you can click on the actual From the Depths logo, because it has announcements apparently. Put a border around those words. I'm just telling you as a graphics design student. Put a border around those words, because you can't see them. And then, I can't believe nobody's caught this shadow. So what they did is they typed out 2.4.8.-1 or whatever this stupid joke is supposed to be. On all of the FTD versions since they put this new logo in. By the way, the logo's stretched out. Why is it stretched out? They put 2.4.8.-1 or 2.4.8.3 or whatever you want to say, and they literally just expanded the text in black instead of putting a shadow. It looks disgusting, really. Photoshop, just right-click it, go on blending options, and just do drop shadow. Or If you want, stroke it. No, out of your mind, out of the gutter, guys. Stroke is a border outline on the edge. Second point, I wanted to mention Warframe, because Warframe has an excellent way of bringing the community together. Yes, they do Twitch streams. Yes, they have update videos. Yes, they have a forum. Yes, they have a Discord, I'm pretty sure. But they have an even better way. Oh, and I should mention the subreddit as well. They have an even better way of bringing the entire community together in one little step that's extremely easy to code into your game that I've brought up already. It's put an in-game chat. You know why put an in-game chat? Because you could put it in the same... You could put it in the same box, in the same... Shit, sorry, words. You can put it in the same category as your developer feed. Just community, right? Or, like I'm saying, put it on your main menu. Just ever present on your menu. A live chat. A global chat. For people wanting to send blueprints, for people wanting to play a multiplayer game, for people wanting to just talk to other From the Depths players. One of the greatest problems in the From the Depths community is when you have a new player, it's hard for them to get into it. It's hard for them to get into the community because they might not always find the people they want to play with. Their friends, oh my god, everyone who plays FTD can attest that their friends do not want to play this game. Nobody's friends want to play FTD with them unless they're FTD players. Find a way to get everyone in one place. Another thing I want to talk about this, just last mention before I move on, is that this road to release thing they have, which I'm going to make a video about, I'm going to talk about it in depth, they're counting all of their followers from all their social media accounts. And what I mean by that is take their Discord server members, take their Reddit followers, take the YouTube channel subscribers, take the forum members, everyone who has a forum account, and everybody on the subreddit, if I haven't said that already. And everybody on the Steam Hub. All of these platforms, every single one of them, they are adding the members. Regardless of the overlap or the nonsense, they are adding the members into their number for countability because they want to, as it's been explained to me, it encourages interaction on all platforms, but you're spreading out your influence. Like the Roman Empire, your borders will crumble. Anyway, let's move on down to the news, down to everything else we're going to cover, because I think we've been here long enough. This is just a little checklist of what we have going on, and as you can see, they put basically everything you say about the game into the game. So if you guys put something on the request tracker, like something you see in one of my videos or something you think about on your own and you think it might be a good suggestion for From the Depths, there's a bug tracker in the game. Go to the bug tracker, leave a suggestion. Just type suggestion as the subject line, I guess. It gets put into the game. They're listening to some extent. Maybe not to me, but to you guys. As long as it's in the bug tracker, the programmers will see it because they're on their computer all day. Something caught my eye here. There's an unfixed something here. Fragments and shells going through walls of high-speed vehicles. It's interesting. Maybe the calculation time is just not fast enough. But another thing that caught my eye is multiple multiplayer changes. I saw fix multiplayer chat window. I don't know what they mean by fix multiplayer chat window, but what they should do by fixing multiplayer chat window is introducing a global chat system like Warframe and then putting like your local chat in there too. Yeah. Did you know, fun fact, if you want your text in multiplayer to appear green, like I do, you just press F5 because it goes to team chat. So everyone that's on Deepwater Guard will see your message if you're typing in the Deepwater Guard team. Which is useful if you're doing team games because it's actually there's an actual team chat in FTD if you didn't know about it. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna leave this up on screen so you guys might want to pause and look through this if you're curious. These are all things that have kind of been put in this patch, and then down here are things that are up and coming. Now, there are some very, very interesting things to see here. Also, I mentioned you can put suggestions in here. There's a link here. If I remember, I'll put it in the description. Hopefully, there's a link here for the direct line to the support tracker. I guess it were customercase.com. Odd. Could have just gone into the game. Anyway, God, I'm being a dummy. Let's go down with some of the more notable changes they have planned for the game, besides the planned APS changes that require another video entirely. They're doing a new tutorial system, new focus on tutorials. Now, I don't think tutorials are effective. There's so much to cover in FTD in such a wide range of complexity and simplicity, from literally just simple weapons to building an APS cannon and matching the cooling with the cycle ratio. Wait, I just mixed up words. Mixing the cooling with the cycling of the autoloaders. I don't know where ratio came. Where the fuck did ratio come from? What did I mix? Anyway, talking about changes, talking about tutorials, I really don't think tutorials will be effective at all. There's so much to cover in from the depths. You can't. And there's so much levels of immersion. Like, there are those people that will spend an hour in the game and not care for anything. They just want to play. And there are the people that will spend 500 hours in the game. There are people that will spend 5,000 hours in the game. It is up to them to look for tutorials. If your game isn't intuitive enough to just let the players know how to play your game when they start your game, maybe you should worry more about the actual game than teaching people how to play it. Just my thoughts on that. You guys know they added the build guide thing. So if you're building a vehicle, you can press a button and it'll save it where it is, and you can keep doing that. So you have like this build guide now. Nick added this a while ago, where you could click a button and you see it layer by layer how you built it, like a hull and weapons and this and that. I don't think anyone uses that. It might be easier for content creators to make tutorials, but it doesn't really. Is that just a waste of work time? I don't know. There are some really stupid things in here. I say stupid personally. You can have your own opinion about them. Please form your own opinion about them. Argue with me, because it's my opinion. It's your opinion. If you like some of these changes, say it. Say it out loud. Say it in the comments so the devs know you like these changes. If you don't like these changes, say it out loud in the comments so the devs know you don't like these changes. If there's something that's in the game and it gets changed and no one says anything, and the game just goes to shit, whose fault is that? Actually, kind of. Okay, I shouldn't get into this. Anyway, a couple things I just want to highlight really quick. Thank you, phone. Cluster crams is cool. Cluster missiles would be cool too. Like large missiles splitting up into small missiles or something. Something cool like that. I heard of steam crams, and as I say that as well, something catches my eye. Steam jets! Please no. So what I can guess about steam jets is you have the steam turbine system already. I'm sorry, not steam turbine, the steam propeller system. So ship propellers connected directly to a gearbox, connected directly to the axle of a steam engine. They're going to follow that up with steam jets. So I am predicting you have a steam engine connected to a transmission system connected to a jet engine. What the fuck? Why? Like, why? Okay, here's why I'm so why about the whole thing. Because you have your three different systems of power. You have steam, you have fuel, you have RTGs. That should just be its own system. Power should be its own system. Why make everything a subsystem? Why make subsystems? You're making the game too complex. Sure, it's cool. Sure, it's cool to have steam jets. Why can't you have a steam engine power jets indirectly, like your game used to be? Like your game is right now. It doesn't make sense to me to include so many subsystems because you're making it more of a modeling game instead of a game. I know I bitch about that in every video, but hear me out. The more you include complex, niche things, the broader range of gamers and the broader audience can enjoy your game because it's so niche. Yes, you are improving the game for the people that still play your game. The niche players that are in from the depths who support these changes and are going to give positive feedback on them. Because, like I think I mentioned in the last video, you're alienating every other set of gamers. you know, it's harder for people to get into this game. It's harder for people to understand this game the more you put in. And you try to compensate for that by tutorials and tutorials and tutorials. The more complex the game is, the harder it is to explain in a tutorial. The more there is to cover, the more possibilities, the more factors there are to consider, the more physics you have to put into this. Yes, you're a physicist, Nick. Yes, you're a game developer at this point. Yes, you're a coder. You're a very good software engineer. Comparatively. I don't know very much. I'm not a software engineer. I'm not a physicist. I used to be a physics major, but I'm not a physicist. Here's the thing, though. Like, you really have to look at the negative feedback. You have to look at the people that aren't there anymore. You have to look at the people that have left. Why? Don't ask the people that are already here what they don't like about the game. Because chances are, what they don't like about the game is what everyone else likes about the game. You know, the simplicity of it, the ability to make everything you want. Now that you're making everything so specific, like mech feet, which I haven't mentioned, that's going to be in the road to release, I will talk about. They're adding mech feet, like Robocraft style mech feet. The more specific you make your game, the more niche it is, and the less of an audience you can expand out to. And so, although all these changes are nice and you guys are cramming for the release, I really feel like some of it might be for the worse, or maybe it's just lost effort, as in maybe you're doing it for nothing. Because, yeah, you're satisfying an investor by, you know, releasing on time. Also, Marius, nice ship. I like how you used spinners, but not a whole lot of mimics. Or maybe there are mimics that I'm just not seeing, but this bow could have been deshadowed a little bit. On that note, I want to end this on whatever happens. Like, whatever goes on in FTD, whatever happens with the game, if you enjoy this game right now, I'm unsure whether or not you're going to enjoy the game in a month and a half's time. And on that note, if you don't enjoy the game right now, I am unsure as to whether or not you will enjoy the game in a month and a half's time. The game is changing so rapidly, and they're scrambling for this road to release. We can only sit back and watch, because it's happening so fast and without any control over of the community. It seems like no matter how much we try to push in a certain direction, there is a general level of chaos that is preventing From the Depths from being an orderly, well-made video game. Anyway, this has been Spud Cubs. Subscribe for more From the Depths news content for as long as I may be producing it. And, if you want to become one of the boys, I have this membership thing now. So, consider it. I don't know. I don't make money off of YouTube. If you think I make money off of YouTube, I do not make money off of YouTube. At least not yet. YouTube doesn't pay you unless you have $100 a month. I've made $1 off of YouTube. I don't do this for the money. I do it for the game. I love From the Depths. I love you guys. I love doing this content. I've stopped making videos so many times, and I've only resumed making videos because it's entertaining to some of you people. Guys, my boys, you know? I'm here for you guys. I'm here for From the Depths for as long as it is. Whether or not it's going to be successful or not, I'm here to promote it and promote my views of what would make From the Depths a successful and fun game to play. I want everyone to enjoy it. I want my friends to enjoy From the Depths. I want to enjoy From the Depths. I want to make it successful. And I don't know, it just feels like I can't do enough. But anyway, guys, this has been me, and please have a buoyant day.